Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I'm Avery, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you the college supplies that you actually are going to need in college. There is a big difference from elementary school to middle school to high school, and high school to college. I feel like it goes from needing less and less and less supplies, but there are a couple things that I did need that I still needed in middle school that I needed in college. So I just wanted to help you guys out for those of you who are going to be starting college. If you didn't know, I'm going to be a sophomore this year, and I'm going to be living in the dorms one more year, and I'm already house searching for my junior year, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited to decorate it how I want it and just have a bigger living space. But anyways, if you like the video, make sure you like it down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And with all that said, let's get into the video. So the first major thing that you're obviously going to need in college is a laptop. The laptop that I have is the MacBook Pro, and I actually have the 15-inch. If I could go back, I would get the 13-inch though for college, just because when you pull it out, you don't really have a big desk space to put it on. So I can do with the 15 because it's not really that much bigger from the 13, but if I'm telling you guys some advice, I would get the 13-inch one. The next thing you're going to need is a good backpack to store all of your stuff in it, because depending on how many classes you have in a day, you're going to be bringing a lot of textbooks with you, notebooks, folders, all kinds of stuff. So you're going to need a sturdy backpack. I recommend the North Face backpacks. This is the one that I have. It is just black with gold detailing, and I've had it since my senior year of high school. But you can fit a lot in it, so I do recommend having those. It's on the pricier side. I think mine was $70, but it is worth it. I just love that it has the compartment in the back for your laptop, because then I don't have to worry about if I drop it, my laptop breaking or anything, because there's extra cushioning in that part of it, which is why I liked it a lot and why I got it. The next thing that you're going to need is a planner. This is the planner that I have for 2019, which I'm going to need to get a new one for 2020, but I usually ask for a planner for Christmas because I really like the Anthropologie ones. So this is from Anthropologie. It's really, really cute. It has a pocket in the first part to put paper or anything in it, and then it has these tabs for every month and everything. And on the first part of the month, it has your goals that you can write for the month, it has your to-dos you can write for the month, it has birthdays that you can write down and additional notes, and then the second page is the layouts for everything, and then they have individual days where you can just write in a bunch of other things. So I really like their planners. So this one is again from Anthropologie. I think it was only $20 though, so it's not that expensive. Another thing that you're going to need are notebooks. I do see a lot of people in the classes that I have writing notes on iPads or on their computers. I tried writing on my computer notes, and it is easier to keep up because you can obviously type faster than what you can write, but I still do prefer notebooks because I just like writing it down, because obviously I'm sure you've heard that the more you write it down, the easier you remember it. So I do like having a notebook to write things down, and I just like using highlighters and organizing it in my notebook rather than doing it on the computer. For folders, I only have one folder for all of my classes because you really don't get that many notes. So I just have two classes on one side with a post-it note in the middle of them to separate them, and the same thing on the other side of the folder. So again, I just have one so I don't have to carry around all these folders, and I can just keep the one in my backpack at all times. Another thing that you're going to need are good pens, and a lot of pens. I've had many people ask me, hey, can I borrow a pen? And then they keep it, and then you lose them that way. Or you do so much writing with your pens that the ink does really go away fast. So I do recommend stocking up on your pens. I don't really have any specific that I like, but I do know a lot of people recommend the BIC ballpoint pens, which I think are the ones that I use as well. One thing that I didn't have last year that I am going to get this year are colored pens. I saw a lot of people organizing their notes in their notebooks through colors, which I really want to do because I did everything in black and then highlighted things, and I feel like it just looks more organized if you just write them with colors and not like highlight anything. The only times that I'm going to highlight is if I get a printout for lecture notes, and then I'll highlight things on the paper. Now, it depends on your preference if you like writing with pens or pencils more. For a lot of your notes, I do see a lot of people writing with pens. I do as well, although I do use pencils more often just because I can erase things if I mess up. Also, on tests, you have to use a pencil. We are not allowed to use pens, so I would just recommend having a couple good pencils with you. And like I said, I do use highlighters. I don't use them a ton, so I just have a few with me. I have like a yellow, blue, and pink one, but I do use them a lot in my planner because I use different colors to mark the classes and everything I need to do with the classes. So like I use highlighters to highlight important tests or quizzes or anything like that in my planner. So that's what I use my highlighters for. One thing that you'd be surprised that you need in college is colored pencils. I had to go out and buy colored pencils because I needed them for projects like making maps and stuff for my geography class. They do prefer that they do want you to like color in the countries and everything just like you did in kindergarten. They do have you do that for some classes, so I just make sure that I have colored pencils on me at all times. Another thing that I have written down is clips. And I don't mean like paper clips, but I mean like the ones that you scrunch together. Here, I might have some to show you. I mean like these kind of clips, like the ones that you put in binders and stuff like that. I needed a lot of these, especially for my English class, because when you turn in your paper, you have to turn in like your first draft, your second draft, your final draft, your peer reviews, things like that, and it's better to keep things organized for your teacher. I'm sure that they will appreciate that, so I needed a lot of those. Another thing that I do recommend having is some sticky notes as well as flashcards. I did use Quizlet a lot. I feel like I still learned better doing flashcards for some classes. Depending on your preference, again, I would recommend having some note cards with you. I don't know exactly if you'd put this in like the school supplies section, but I would make sure that you have a hydro flask. I just have the white one with the straw, which I recommend getting the straw one. It's way more convenient. But I do recommend carrying around a water bottle with you because there aren't going to be a lot of water ball stations. Did I say it again? There aren't going to be a lot of places that you can fill up your water bottle. So I would recommend having a larger one just so you can have one throughout the day with you. And drinking water is obviously really healthy for you. And when you're in the middle of class and your stomach is grumbling, it'll be really nice to fill up on some water if you don't have any granola bars or snacks with you. The last thing that I recommend having on you is one of these like lanyard thingies. I would say to have a pouch on the back of your phone, but I don't recommend that for two reasons. One, if you have a really cute like phone case and you don't want to ruin the vibe, but more importantly because key cards and like they're called safe locks for me. It's what you swipe to get into your dorm after 8 o'clock at night. And the thing is with those, if you keep it next to your phone, it can like deactivate the card and then you'll be stuck outside. That happened to me one time and they said just make sure you don't keep it by your phone. So that's why I bought one of these and I just keep all of my cards in here instead. I don't wear it around my neck, but I do just keep it in my backpack on me so that I have it at all times. And one last thing that I actually want to mention that I'm going to put in my dorm haul that you would need, but since it's going along with school supplies and I have it in my backpack all the time, make sure you have an umbrella. I don't know where you go to college, but in Wisconsin where I go to college, it is either raining or snowing, and I just make sure that I have my umbrella with me at all times. There has been a couple times where I've gotten caught walking back to my dorm in the rain and had to run home, and it's not fun. So just make sure you have a small umbrella you can just put on the side of your backpack as well. Just wanted to mention that. But yeah, other than the things that I mentioned, that's basically my school supplies essentials that I make sure I have on me at all times. I was thinking that I wanted to do what's in my backpack, but honestly everything that I showed you is exactly what's in my backpack, and I showed you what my backpack looks like, other than maybe some gum, chapstick, and lotion, hand sanitizer, that kind of stuff. That's really all that I put in my backpack. I tried to go as light as possible since the textbooks make it heavier than it needs to be. I hope that I helped you guys out, and I hope that you aren't getting too anxious for the school year. Please enjoy your summer while it's here. Other than that, again, if you liked the video, like it, subscribe to my channel if you want. That'd be great. And yeah, I guess I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.
Even if the sun goes down on you, you gotta keep that shine on top, yeah.